Has our military become compromised? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about two U.S. Navy sailors who have been accused of espionage. They allegedly tried or did sell U.S. secrets to China. Now, this is a really big problem, and I'm not quite sure if it's widespread or not because these two guys got caught. But how many more guys have done this very same thing and did not get caught? Remember the guy that was a guardsman, like a reservist, and he was able to not only steal things that are very, very classified, but just post them randomly online in a Discord server. Remember that? So how widespread is this thing? Now, these guys did something that was a lot more egregious than what the other guy did. The other guy was just posting stuff for his so-called community. He wasn't necessarily trying to sell things to a foreign nation, but these guys are like Chinese operatives in the U.S. government. Now, before I go any further, let's go ahead and get into the news clip. If you want to see the clip in full, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Also breaking tonight, two U.S. sailors are under arrest accused of providing sensitive national security information to China.
Now, right away, before we even get into it, must I point out the obvious? Must I point it out? We can see these guys' faces and we kind of understand what's going on, but I'm not going to make any kind of assumptions as of yet. But I am acknowledging the elephant in the room.
Into China. Andrea Mitchell has late details for us.
Tonight, the Justice Department says the two Navy sailors have each been arrested for selling military secrets to China.
Sensitive military information ended up in the hands of the People's Republic of China.
The first defendant, 22-year-old Jin Chao Wei, faces espionage charges.
Wei sent national defense information to China, including documents, photos, videos, and technical manuals. In exchange, his intelligence officer paid Wei thousands of dollars.
Authorities say Wei, a machinist's mate on the USS Essex in San Diego, sent the Chinese intelligence officer photos of military hardware and vehicles and divulged information about warfare exercises. The second person charged in a separate case, 26-year-old Petty Officer Wen Hangzhou from a naval base in Ventura County, California. Federal authorities allege Zhao received approximately $15,000 from a Chinese intelligence officer in exchange for sharing operational plans, Navy movements, and blueprints for a radar system at a U.S. military base in Okinawa, Japan.
Okay, can we pause for a minute now? The question is, Wei Hangzhou, all right, are you born in the U.S.? Are you a Chinese national? Did you come here later? Is your family, are you first generation? Like, what's going on? That's what I want to know. Because if you came here like kind of recently, did you already have this contact in China before you came here? That's what I want to know. Were you born here? Were you raised here? Were you born over there? Are your parents from there? Are your parents involved with the Chinese government at all? What's going on? And then the same thing, Jin Chao Wei. Okay, are you from China? Did you grow up here? Were you born here? Are your parents? Are you first generation? Like, let's get the information right there because there could be a lot more of these guys in the government. I mean, or in the government and also in the military. In the government, we saw what happened with your guy, Eric Swalwell with the Chinese spy. We saw that happen. So this could be a lot more widespread than what we know. Let's keep on going here.
Approximately $15,000 from a Chinese intelligence officer in exchange for sharing operational plans, Navy movements, and blueprints for a radar system at a U.S. military base in Okinawa, Japan.
In short, Mr. Zhao chose a path of corruption.
The indictments come amid heightened fears about China-based cyber espionage, with Microsoft reporting that Chinese-backed hackers broke into the email accounts of State and Commerce Department employees, including the Secretary of Commerce. Both men held security clearances. Zhao just appeared in federal court and pleaded not guilty.
So that's that. That is a pretty serious charge right there. You're talking about espionage, selling secrets to China, all kind of stuff like that. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and check out this video right here. This is going to be a little bit more information. This is from AP. You see what it says in the headline. Two U.S. Navy sailors charged with providing sensitive military information to China. Let's check it out.
FBI Special Agent in Charge, Stacy Moy of the San Diego Field Office. Special Agent in Charge, Bryce.
Today we are announcing charges in the Central and Southern Districts of California against 2 active duty members of the United States Navy.
This morning, prosecutors in my office unsealed an indictment charging Wang Heng Zhao, a petty officer in the United States Navy, with transmitting sensitive U.S. military information to an intelligence officer with the People's Republic of China, and doing so in exchange for money. Among other things, the indictment charges that Mr. Zhao transmitted operational plans for a large-scale U.S. military exercise in the Indo-Pacific region, which details specific location and timing of naval force movements, amphibious landings, maritime operations, and logistical support.
Wei, a 22-year-old naturalized U.S. citizen, was indicted on
Naturalized, what does that mean? Naturalized U.S. citizen? So does that mean that he was born elsewhere and then came here and became a citizen? Does that mean that he was born in the U.S.? I think what that means is that he became a citizen later, but he is from China.
on espionage charges. He is accused of betraying his newly adopted country.
Yes, correct. So this guy is a Chinese national that came to the U.S. All right. Now, my question is, when did he actually get here? Did he get here as an adult? Did he get here as a child? When did he actually get here? How did I know that that was going to be the case? Now, I'm not trying to judge a book by its cover, but if you are Chinese and you got a Chinese name and you're accused of selling secrets to China, just maybe you came from China and just maybe you were sent here for that purpose. Just maybe.
By stealing national defense information and selling it to his Chinese spy master. According to our indictment, Wei provided China with photographs of military hardware, including guns, vehicles, and planes. He delivered information about U.S. Marines involved in an upcoming international maritime warfare exercise. And he sold scores of technical and mechanical manuals related to the operation and power structures of amphibious assault ships. When a soldier or sailor chooses cash over country and hands over national defense information in an ultimate act of betrayal, we have to be ready to act. And that's exactly what we have done here.
Wow. So there you have it. See, that's why it's good to look at the full video. They didn't say anything about his citizenship status, that he came from China to the U.S. to become a citizen and then did this. They didn't say that in the NBC News clip. I wonder why. I wonder why they didn't mention that important nugget of information. Y'all can just put 2 and 2 together and get 4. It won't be difficult to add that on up and get the proper sum. But here's some of the article right here. I'm going to just kind of skim through it to see if there's anything that is in there, right? But what you do have is at least one of the people, they were a naturalized U.S. citizen, which means probably born and raised in China, came here recently, became a citizen, joined the military, and then sell secrets back to their home country. All right. So when you see things where people will say, okay, we're trying to make non-citizens police officers and things of that nature, you got to just pump the brakes because you could have things like this going on, right? So check it out. Zheng Wei, 22 years old, was born in China. All right. So he was approached by a Chinese intelligence officer in February 2022 while he was applying to become a naturalized U.S. citizen. So he was approached by the Chinese official while he was still a Chinese citizen, not a U.S. citizen. And I'm not quite sure if he has dual citizenship. Is that really a thing? Can you be a citizen of PRC and the USA? If y'all know about that, y'all let me know in the comments. So he was approached by the person while he was becoming a citizen and admitted to the officer that he knew the arrangement could affect his application. Even so, at the officer's request, Wei provided photographs and videos of Navy ships, including the USS Essex, which can carry an array of helicopters, according to an indictment until on Thursday. So, all right, now here's a question. This is a very interesting paragraph right here. So, was Zheng Wei in the military before he became a citizen? And then while he was trying to become the citizen, he's approached by the Chinese official and saying, hey, man, I'd like to see some information from the military. Can you provide that for me? And even though he knew that if he did something like this, it would impact his application to become a citizen, he did it anyway. Am I reading that correctly? Y'all, please, if I'm wrong, correct me. Now, let me see if my other man, if the other guy was born in the U.S. or not. Let me see. And then, let me see, Thomas Zhao, that's interesting. But yeah, we see what's going on here. I knew it from the beginning, right when I saw these guys, right when I saw the story and I saw these guys' faces, I already knew what it was. We talking about Chinese citizens that get approached by Chinese government. Hey man, help out your home country, do this solid for us, and we'll pay you. No problem. That's exactly what happened. So this is crazy. I wonder how widespread this is. Hopefully not too widespread. And as I close, I want to say this. We need a little bit more tighter security, perhaps, within our government, because these kind of things can't be going on. This is a serious problem that we have. This is a very serious problem. So all I could do is say that the government got to tighten up, military got to tighten up, and maybe we can do things to encourage recruitment of better qualified people. You know, all this LGBTQ, LMNOP woke stuff is going to repel good, hardworking, honest guys that are not going to sell secrets to foreign nation. It's going to repel those guys, and it's going to attract the very kind of guys we got right here who are now being brought up on espionage charges for selling state secrets to China. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here with these two Chinese nationals, or at least one Chinese national became a U.S. citizen, selling secrets back to China from within the military? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is going to continue until we just tighten up the military and get better at recruiting and eliminate all this woke stuff. As long as we got that going on, this is going to be a problem that only gets worse. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.